What movies and TV shows are available that tell us about the Eastern Roman Empire, or as it came to be known as the Byzantine Empire? How did the last remnants of the once great Roman Empire come to an end? Let's find out. First up in our watch order, we have 3 options for the story of Attila the Hun. If you're interested, go check out my comparison video. For this, I decided to go with Sign of the Pagan. This is an American film about Attila the Hun and his conquest of the Eastern Roman Empire. The main characters are Attila and a Roman centurion, Marcian. We spend a lot of time in Constantinople, the capital of the Eastern Roman Empire, as Attila has dealings with Emperor Theodosius II. Ratings. I thought the story was good and kept my interest for the most part. Although the acting wasn't great, I thought Jack Palance, who played Attila, was a very good, both intimidating and intelligent character, and I paid more attention every time he was on the screen. This didn't look like it had the best budget, but still there were some nice visuals. Released in 1954, it's 92 minutes, not rated, but I'd say 15 plus for some implied non-consensual relations and violence. Now we skip ahead about a century later with Theodora, slave Empress. This is an Italian film about Theodora, wife of Emperor Justinian I. This tells a story about how a low-born woman became the Empress of the Eastern Roman Empire. This includes a chariot race. The entire second half is drama because some people really don't like Theodora, and there may or may not be another lover in the mix. Ratings. Overall, I thought it was okay. I enjoyed the first half, but after Theodora became Empress, it seemed to drag on. At that point, I wish they'd spent more time on what was going on politically. Instead, it was focused almost entirely on romance. And honestly, I felt very little passion between the main 2 characters. What it mostly has going for it are the very pretty costumes. Released in 1954, it was originally 124 minutes, but I could only find the cut 88-minute version. Rated 13 plus. Next is The Last Roman. This is a West German-Italian 2-part film. It's the 6th century AD, 50 years after the Western Roman Empire fell. The king of the Ostrogoths, who basically rules all of Italy, just died. Which of his 2 daughters will take the throne? A Roman aristocrat wants to take advantage of the situation and with the help of the Eastern Roman Empire, re-establish Rome. Also, a love story is happening between the Roman's daughter and a Gothic ambassador. Ratings. Sadly, I could only find this in its original German with subtitles that only showed up about 20% of the time. Still, the cinematography is really pretty. The politics seemed really complicated and interesting. I wish I could have understood it better, and the battle scenes were large, scale, and epic. If I can ever find this with better subtitles, I would be willing to watch it again. Released in 1968 and 1969, the original 2 films were altogether 186 minutes. Not rated, but I'd say about 15 plus for nudity and violence. From here, there's a huge gap in what fictional historical media has to offer, so we are fast-forwarding about 500 years to the 1030s and watching Vikings Valhalla. This is a Canadian, Irish, and US TV series sequel to Vikings. We don't actually make it to Constantinople until season 3, but we spend a lot of time there with Byzantine Emperor Romanos III. The series mostly follows 2 sibling Greenlanders and Viking royalty in Norway and England. Ratings. I am both grateful and upset. I did not care for the first 2 seasons, as I talk about in my first British Monarchy Marathon video, and had put off watching the 3rd season until now for this marathon. Against my expectations, I thought the 3rd season was great. The plot became more interesting, and I could clearly see the characters' motivations taking shape. Alas, just as I was finally getting into it, they announced that it's been canceled. Released from 2022 to 2024, it's 3 seasons, altogether 24 episodes, 43 to 59 minutes each. Rated 18 plus for sex and gory violence. Now we make another big jump about 400 years later to the Maiden's Conspiracy. This is a Spanish and UK film that takes place in 1401, based on a fictional romance written in 1490. It presents a highly fictionalized alternate history of the events leading to the fall of Constantinople. Tirant is a knight famous for fighting the Turks. He falls in love with the Emperor of Constantinople's daughter, Carmesina. Will the two be able to keep their hands to themselves? All the princess's ladies have an opinion on what should happen, and perhaps have some lusty problems of their own. They still need to find time to protect Constantinople. Ratings. You have to go into this realizing it has absolutely nothing to do with historical facts and is mostly set up as a period Romeo and Juliet type romance. If you can do that, then you may enjoy this. The costumes and sets are amazing. It's honestly worth watching just for that. The plot and characters were underdeveloped, which made it not my thing, but this is here for you hopeless romantics with some satire thrown in. 127 minutes, rated 18+. And now, the very last of our Roman marathon journey, The Conquest, 1453. This is a Turkish film about the fall of Constantinople. The point of view is mostly from the Ottoman Turks, where we follow Sultan Mehmet the Conqueror. But we also follow our final emperor of the Eastern Roman Empire, Constantine XI. We learn a little bit about the Sultan, his childhood, and there's a little background romance. But mostly, this is a war movie. Ratings. I thought this was a worthy movie to end our Roman marathon. It has good acting, beautiful sets and costumes, and I was immediately sucked into the story. It was heroic and insightful. It gets right to the point. If you're looking for an epic romantic film with a ton of drama, this is not for you. If you want some real-world history with some badass fight scenes, don't miss this. 160 minutes long, rated 18+. FYI, there is also a good docudrama that shows these same events called Rise of the Ottoman Empire. Thank you so much to everyone who has followed along with me on this journey. I'll be taking a small break and then I'll be back with our next marathon. In the meantime, I've decided to finally make a simple website where these watch order lists will be posted and updated. Not sure how that will go since I am not a professional website creator, but I'll do my best, so wish me luck. Thank you so much for watching and hope you'll be back for the next marathon. Happy watching!